Today, I'm going to show you how to make the best homemade air-fried chicken nuggets. This is a great way to enjoy one of your favorite guilty pleasure foods, but it's going to be a little bit healthier because we make it in the air fryer. And the best part is that it's homemade, but it's still not hard. So my kids love these. They ask them all the time, and they're really not hard to make at all. Hi, I'm Christina with eatingonadime.com. If you would like the link for today's recipe, you can find it in the description below, or you can always search air fryer chicken nuggets on eatingonadime.com and it will pull right up. This is one of our most popular air fryer recipes, and I know that you are going to love it too. First, let's talk about the chicken. Today, I am using about 3 boneless, skinless chicken breasts. You can also use chicken thighs if you prefer. Make sure that they're boneless and skinless for the easiest use. We are going to just cut off all of the fat trim pieces on the chicken breasts and discard them. And then cut the remaining chicken into bite-sized pieces. Approximately 1-inch pieces works great in this recipe. So I usually dice all of the chicken and put it in a separate bowl so then I can clean up and avoid any kind of cross-contamination when dealing with the raw chicken, and it works great every time. All right, 1 chicken breast is done. Before we coat the chicken, let's talk about the air fryer and get it preheating so it's ready to go when that chicken is fully coated. So for this recipe, any air fryer will work. We are using a basket type air fryer, and that works great as well. You do want to preheat your air fryer to around 390 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, some air fryers don't have a preheat option, and if that's the case with your air fryer, just run it at that temperature for about 5 minutes and it gets it fully warmed up and ready to go. So on this model today, it does not have the preheat option, so I'm just gonna go ahead and run it for 5 minutes while I get my chicken coated. So we're gonna make a nice breading mixture that we're gonna coat this chicken in. We wanna start with 1 cup of breadcrumbs. Just plain breadcrumbs will work great. Then we are going to add 2 tablespoons of grated Parmesan cheese. I'm just using store-bought grated Parmesan cheese, and that works great. You can grate your own if you prefer, that's fine as well. It adds a nice cheesy flavor to these nuggets, so I highly recommend it. Then we are going to add 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning mix. Now, if you do not have this mixture readily available in your area, we will link a homemade recipe in the description below, because I know some of our watchers from different countries maybe don't have access to this. So that will be linked below. And then we're going to add a teaspoon of pepper and a ½ teaspoon of salt. I just like to put it in a shallow bowl and then just stir it all together, so when you dip your chicken in it, it makes sure to get evenly coated. Now we're gonna melt some butter. When we coat the chicken, we coat it in butter first, and then we dip it in the breadcrumb mixture. The butter helps the breadcrumb mixture stay on the chicken, and it adds a lot of flavor too. So we're gonna go ahead and fully melt this so it will coat the chicken well. You want about a ½ cup of butter, which is about 1 stick. Again, I'm gonna put it in a shallow dish that's easy to put the chicken in, and I just melt it in the microwave. I do recommend that you put a paper towel over the top, because I've made a lot of messes melting butters in my microwave. So it will soak up anything that splashes to save you from having to do a microwave cleanup. I usually just do about 20-second intervals until it's fully melted and then it's ready to go. Yes, this is our microwave. We get questions about that all the time. The butter is fully melted. What I like to do is set up a little workstation. We got the chicken, the melted butter, and the breadcrumb mixture, and we're gonna coat the chicken. Now, this part is really important. I try to keep this hand just for the chicken and the butter, and this hand just for the breadcrumb mixture. Otherwise, you're gonna bread your fingers as well as the chicken as well, and you're gonna make a really big mess. So try to keep a good system and it goes really quick. I just grab a handful of chicken bites, coat it completely in the butter, and then do a little shake and then dump them right into the breadcrumb mixture and then coat them completely in the breadcrumb mixture. If you have kids in your house, they could help you out as long as they're not gonna accidentally put their fingers in their mouth. Just watch them closely and it'll be great. And they'll have a lot of fun doing it as well. So then once they're coated, I just put them on a separate pan. I go ahead and coat all the chicken and then I start cooking them from there. All the chicken is coated and ready to fry, or I guess I should say air fry. All right, so you want to just coat as much chicken as you want, and then you will likely have to cook it in your air fryer in batches. The way the air fryer works is that it pushes air around all sides of the food in there, so you don't really want to stack a lot of food on top, especially if you want all sides to be crispy like we do on these nuggets. So you just want to place it in a single layer in the bottom of your air fryer. I just grab a handful and then spread them out evenly. Okay, perfect. See, like that, and then we are going to cook them. We're gonna cook this at 390, and you wanna cook it for 10 to 12 minutes until the chicken reaches an internal temperature of 165 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with 10, and then we will check it from there, and we can do intervals if it hasn't reached the correct temperature yet. So it's cooked for approximately 10 minutes. You just want to pull them out, and we're going to check the internal temperature of the chicken to make sure it's cooked through. I love using this electronic meat thermometer. We will link this below in the description. It is at a great price point, and I use mine all the time. It's so great. So I like to pick the biggest piece of chicken, and you want to put it towards the middle and then check the temperature. The safe eating range for chicken is 165 degrees Fahrenheit, so you want to make sure it's at least that amount. After you check the temperature, then you just want to check the brownness of your breading and see if you want it a little more brown or not. It's completely up to you and based on your preference. This chicken is cooked through, so it's safe to eat, but I kind of want these to be a little bit more browned, so I'm going to cook it for 1 more minute. Another tip is I love using like a spray olive oil. You can spray it on the top and it helps brown them up a little bit. So if they're not getting quite brown, just spray the tops and run it for another minute and watch them crisp right up. Doesn't take a lot. I love using a spray though because it makes sure it gets it evenly coated. All right, let's cook this 1 more minute. That 1 more minute is just what we need them to make them perfect, crispy, and brown. So what we do now is we're just going to cook in batches. I just move this to a separate plate, and then I put in the next round of chicken nuggets, and you just keep that process going until they're all cooked through. And then they're ready to serve and enjoy. You can serve these with your favorite dipping sauces. Ketchup's great. We will, in the post, we link homemade barbecue sauce, homemade Chick-fil-A sauce, Polynesian sauce, all the sauces that your kids are gonna love. It's also great just served over your favorite type of like Parmesan Alfredo pasta. The crunchy chicken nuggets go great with the pasta as well. So you can serve these endlessly. And the leftovers store great. Just refrigerate them in an airtight container. And the best thing is you just need to pop them back in your air fryer for a few minutes to heat them back up, and they get crispy again as well. It's awesome. I love making a big batch of these and then snacking on them for lunches all week long. It's the perfect make ahead meal idea. All right, friends, thank you so much for joining me today. Don't forget, we have linked the full recipe in the description below. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss any more of our family-friendly recipes, including delicious air fryer recipes. You can always go to eatingonadime.com. We have a whole category dedicated to air fryer. We are becoming obsessed with the air fryer, and we know you'll love all of these recipes too. Thank you so much for joining me today in my sister's kitchen, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, friends. I cannot wait to eat these.